What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. I'm your host, Showtime. So, today we're going to be spotlighting a delete deck. But you guys might be asking, Showtime, there's no Pokemon in here that can delete. There's no Twin Dragons in here that can delete. There's no Mimikyus with curse markers that can delete. There's not even a Scizor and a Mega Scizor that can crack and delete. So, how are you going to delete? Well, I'm going to show you guys. This deck is going to blow your mind. There's no one on ladder using this deck, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can delete with this deck. Alright, so let's back up a little bit. What's the most common strategy used nowadays? I mean, the most common strategy used nowadays is simply taking your opponent's entry points, and then after that, going for the win. But how's that working out? I mean, maybe when the game was first released, or even 6 months ago, you can easily take entry points and go for the win. But right now, that's a struggle. I mean, we're seeing a lot of entry points being taken. I mean, especially with Koko Gengar Rush, there's a lot of entry points being taken. I mean, if I play a match and my entry points are not taken, I'm blown away. I'm thinking, hey, my opponent is simply not having a good game, or my opponent is simply not focused, that he did not take one of my entry points. We all know how to play with one entry points taken. We sometimes even assume that our entry points are going to get taken. You know, it's inevitable. You know, so how are we going to capitalize on this? How are we going to turn this into, a delete deck? I'm going to show you guys. What you guys want to do is you guys want to put a plate into your deck. This plate is called Force Remove. For all of you guys who don't know what Force Remove is, it's basically if you have your opponent's entry points covered, and then you subsequently knock out an opponent, that Pokemon is deleted from the duel completely. So this Force Remove plate does exactly what it says. It removes the Pokemon from the duel completely. It's deleted. So what I've done is I've put 2 Force Removes into my deck, and that's all you need. That's all you need for your deck, because it's only 1 plate spot each. So you can easily put Force Remove in your deck. But what I've done to drive home the point of this video is I've added a recycle plate, and that's just for more consistency. So how do you construct this deck? What I recommend is getting the hardest hitting mons you have. You know, for me, that's a Deoxys at 130. You know, I have a Blaziken at 132. I have a Sceptile that's possibly hitting for 140, and I have a Lunala that's hitting for over 130. You know, so and then I have my trusty gold blocker, Solgaleo. So I recommend you guys put together a deck that hits really, really hard, because once you get the entry points sealed, you want to go ahead and knock out opponents. So without further ado, so we're on ranked. We're playing a ladder match. We're going against Darth X. He's ranked 27-20, and I'm ranked 29-10 at this point. So it's a pretty high level gameplay. You know, he's running some really hard hitting mons himself. He's running an electric deck. You know, he has a Raikou hitting at 110. You know, he has a Heatran. You know, he has a Koko himself. You know, he has the Zekrom that can go for 150. You know, he has a trusty Lunala. So this deck is not an easy one to play with. And he's also running an Electro Energy, which for all you guys who don't know gives plus 10 damage if it's next to an electric Pokemon is next or adjacent to an electric type. So this deck is going to be really, really, really a tough task. So here's the delete deck in action. So first I'm going to come out and play my Koko passively. He brings his Koko out, so I'm going to run away from his Koko, because that's going to give his Koko an advantage. So he brings out his Raikou. I go ahead and I try to bring out something that can counter the Raikou, because that's hitting for 130, so mine's hitting for 140, so that counters that. I'm having problems with this Zapdos, you know, so I go ahead and bring out a Lunala. So now he's threatening goal. I go ahead and back up with my Koko. So I'm in a real awkward position right now. It looks like he's winning all the matchups. I bring out a Blaziken to counter that. You know, that Zekrom can go for 150. And now he hits an Electro Energy. That can even go for 160 right now. I got to go ahead and attack it before he gets the upper hand. So I go ahead and I attack. Thankfully, I get the roll, you know, and I knock out his Zekrom before that. That 160 Zekrom is tough. So my mon is deleted right now. I mean, my mon is paralyzed right now. So, you know, I'm thinking a whole lot of stuff right now. So let me evolve my Blaziken into Mega Blaziken just to get off that evolve marker, and I go to the goal. I don't attack. I'm focused on deleting, but I fall asleep. The Heatran actually, hops over me and knocks me out. I fell asleep on that match. Kudos to you, Darth X. You got me on that one. I'm bringing out my Solgaleo, try to protect goal. He brings out his Lunala, but I have a good counter for that. So, and now he brings out the Zapdos, and this is not looking good for me at all. He gets the roll. He knocks out my Lunala, so it's looking bad. It's looking bad. He's knocked two of my mons out. I slide out my Sceptile over, and I gotta get aggressive. I gotta get aggressive. Luckily, he rolls a miss over my 90. Sorry, so all's not lost. It's 2 against 2. He has 2 mons in the PC, so do I. He max revives, brings his Zapdos back out. I go ahead and slide over my Solgaleo. He brings down. He's threatening now, so now he's trying to put the pressure. I'm forced to use a max revive. I bring out my Lunala. I'm forced, and he goes and he attacks. He attacks my Deoxys, which was a mistake on his part, because I win that roll. I don't think there was a possible roll for him to win unless I slipped. I guess he was counting on me slipping, but even that wouldn't have worked, So now I'm going for the entry point. He doesn't know I'm going for the entry point. Naturally, he backs off. I take the entry point, so that's 1 entry point down. So now he's retreating, and now I'm bringing my Sceptile up, and it's about to be 2 entry points down. So he goes and he attacks. He attacks my Coco, and that's a very favorable matchup for him. Of course, he wins. It's a 150. Like I said, these months he has hits hard as well. I go ahead and cover up goal. I'm real confident in my Solgaleo being able to hold his own, and he does. He knocks out the Raikou. So now I'm able to take a second entry point. So now the game really becomes fun. He covers up his goal. I bring up my Lunala, and now this is where the action comes into play. I go and get my force remove plate. I put it on my Lunala, and I attack. And now what happens? Bam! I win the roll, and he doesn't go to the bench. He's deleted. The Heatran is deleted. So this is the power of the deck. So now he attacks with his Coco. He's really and he gets a lucky roll. The Coco knocks out my Lunala. That was a really lucky roll for him. But still, his mon has been deleted. So you see how favorable the matchup is. You only have to delete 1 mon to have a really favorable matchup. So I go ahead and bring out my Blaziken. And now he's on defense. So now here we go again. I'm going to my force remove plate. I put it on Blaziken. I'm going after the Zapdos. We attack. And bam! We knock him out, but we just don't knock him out. We delete him. So now he's going to go ahead and attack us. He gets a melee wish dodge. He's tilting right now. And right now, the match is basically over. All I got to do now is take this Sceptile over, surround kill this Coco, and the match is over. As you can see, I've deleted 2 mons from the match, and of course he has 2 mons on the bench, so the game is over. There's pretty much nothing in the world he can do. I can go ahead and surround kill the Coco, but for the purpose of this video, I've actually used my recycle plate to really drive home a point. It's just to show you now you have, in case those 2 opportunities did not match up, you can do it again. So he gets another melee wish. This is a really melee wishing Coco. I go ahead and I use a force remove plate again, and I attempt to knock out the Coco, but it doesn't work out. He gets a dodge, so that was a lucky roll, but I can easily surround, but just for the video, I'm trying to drive home a point. He attacks me. He gets knocked out. He's tilted right now. I'm assuming he just wants the game to be over, but that's that. That is that. I take the entry point, and you guys see how powerful the delete deck is. So guys, go ahead and put the force remove plate into your decks. You will be taking the ladder by storm. I'm the only person on ladder right now using the force remove plate in this delete deck. I mean, it's really consistent. I've tried it out using the Twin Dragons as well. I've tried it out using the Mimikyus as well, but those are just gimmicks. You know, it's not consistent at all. What I recommend you guys doing is using the Pokemon that you guys are most comfortable with, preferably they're hard hitting, and then just putting the Force Remove plate in your deck in addition. You know, I would say remove the Double Chance plate if you guys are using Double Chance. You know, you guys can easily remove maybe even a gold block. If you guys play really defensive, you guys can remove a gold block. You guys can find space for this Force Remove plate. You know, this is Showtime signing off. Guys, go ahead and subscribe and smash that like button down below. Really appreciate the support. Let's try to get this video to 10 likes. Thanks for watching. This is Showtime out.